Hey guys, Sheri and Richerson from experimentalhomesteader.com, exoticgardening.com, sheriandricherson.com, and biannualblogthonbash.com. Welcome to our daily vlog. I am exhausted today, and I am absolutely dragging. This is the hard part of homesteading. This is the part you don't hear a lot about. These are the mornings when you wake up and your body is so sore and you're so tired and you just don't want to get out of bed, but you know you have to. There are animals relying on you to feed and water them, and in the case of this morning, moving the chicken tractor and the shade cloth that I have set up. The chicken tractor, I swear it's becoming heavier and heavier. I know it's just because I'm really tired this morning. I have found something called a chicken lifter that goes on the back of it that is around $200 that I'm wanting to get. It actually attaches to the back of the chicken tractor and has a lift on it, so you lift it up and there are wheels to make pulling the tractor easier. As you can see in the area I'm at, there used to be some raised beds. There are also some pretty tall tree stumps. And that is what is making moving this chicken tractor so hard for me. Normally we move the chickens out after a week. We were so busy this weekend, we did not get that done. But you can see how much clearing they do in a week's time. Now there are still some areas back here that they can still work on. And I'm trying to scatter feed in the morning, some areas in there. I'm trying to scatter the feed in the morning in such a way that they are attracted to these still weedy, grassy areas and go over there and take care of the problem. And we will be moving them this weekend. But like I said, you can see what a great job they do. And this is exactly what I wanted done. I wanted these really weedy areas that are overgrown, like this back here. Let me show you. This is how this area started out. Just really overgrown and weedy like this. And my big pasture does not look like this, for those of you that are wondering. It is much grassier. But the fencing that I have, the electric poultry netting that came from Premier One, I only got 100 feet of that. Mainly because of expense. I just couldn't afford the extra 100 feet of fence that I would have liked to had. But by giving the chickens a very concentrated area to work, it has allowed them to clear. It has allowed them to find things like this that I need to go through and pick up that would otherwise get stuck up inside of the mower and cause some problems. So this is actually a very efficient way to do this. And I guess I really should not be complaining about moving that chicken tractor, but darn, it's heavy. So, anyway, my next project is making sure that the trash that I've picked up this morning out here gets in the trash can, taking the feed dishes inside and getting them cleaned up, and then I will be going to the barn to let the big chickens and Bailey's out, give Fernandan his food, and give Velveteen her food. We are counting down the end of quarantine for Velveteen, and so it won't be much longer before she can join Bailey's in the pasture. Okay, so I had originally planned to work in the greenhouse and the tunnel house today. I had noticed that I had some red tomatoes in the tunnel house when I was walking out to deal with the meat birds. And that had been my plan. Instead, I went to the barn and I dealt with the goats and the larger chickens and I received a text message from a friend because I am finally starting to make friends here in Marion, people that have similar interests to me, homesteading, gardening, and actually want to be friends. So I am so thankful for that, because I have literally sat in my house and cried many times because I've been just so lonely and wanted to have friends, wanted to have people to do things with and people that I had things in common with, and there was just nobody. So I feel really blessed that God is sending these people my way, because I really needed this. So anyway, I'm sitting out here on the new covered porch that Jeff covered with a shade cloth, waiting on her to pull up so we can go on a little trip. And when I get back, I have another friend to call and go do some stuff with. So and I have a third friend I'm sure I'm going to hear from today. Tomorrow is the garden club picnic in the morning, and I'll be going to that. So lots of exciting things are starting to happen. I feel like we are slowly getting the property cleaned up. Much thanks to the chickens and the guineas and the goats, of course. Everybody has helped just a little bit, because I couldn't get people to come and help even when I tried to pay them. So for that, I'm very grateful. I was able to go to one of my new friends' houses last night and see how she did her garden. And I have to say, it was really genius. She tilled a row, planted it, used straw to mulch the row, and the pathways in between were just grass, so they could take their mower and just mow it. And it looked really nice. Everything was growing really well. And there was no weeding between the rows, which is a pain. I mean, if you've ever done it, you know what a pain it is. And that's one of the things that I struggle with the big garden, is being able to get the weeds out from between the rows. And then when you go in, if it's been rainy at all, you're working in, basically mud. And if it's dry when you come out, you're just covered in dirt. So the method she is using is one that I'm definitely going to think about giving a try to. I know that I still have a lot of plants I wanted to get in the ground, and we may just go ahead and use her method for the remainder of the garden that needs planted this year, because it's not too late. There are still a lot of short crops that will mature and do just fine. So I think that's probably going to be my update for today. I really wanted to give you guys a look into what some mornings are like and how exhausting homesteading can be. It's a good kind of exhausting. I don't want to discourage anyone, but I don't want anyone coming into this thinking that it's easy, because it's definitely not. Please subscribe, thumbs up, thumbs down, comments below. Thanks for watching, and have a great night.